Yo, what's going on guys? HyperX here, and today I want to talk about Tekken 8. More specifically, I want to go over everything we currently know, which admittedly isn't a great deal since we've only just recently got an announcement trailer, but in that we did get a few nice crispy gameplay snippets. We also got a PlayStation blog article from the man, the myth, the legend that is Katsuhiro Harada, speaking specifically about some of the game's mechanics and a few things shown in the trailer. So today I want to round that up because honestly it's an exciting time. With the recent reveal of Street Fighter 6, that game looks incredible as well. A lot of questions were of course looking towards Tekken, thinking when will the next generation of Tekken come around, and of course we finally got our reveal trailer. Again, looking incredibly spicy. So let's talk about it. If you guys do enjoy this, a like would be super appreciated. If you guys are Tekken fans, let me know in the comments down below. Where do you stand? Are you more of a 3D fighter? Do you love games like Tekken? Or are you more of your 2 or 2.5D fighter and of course are therefore more excited for Street Fighter? Either way, let me know in the comments. But to begin with, as a few quick top level summaries in case you guys missed some of this, of course the game was finally revealed at EVO 2022. They dropped this trailer that you're seeing right in the background, which again is admittedly a blend of CG and also some gameplay assets, yes, without HUD, so it's not exactly clear to see how everything flows together, but regardless, you do still see some in-game assets taken from a current test build. And while admittedly at the moment there is currently no release date for this, they simply said stay tuned and then of course gave us a title screen showing that it's coming to PS5, but it will also be coming to Xbox Series X and S and PC, so it does look like this one is purely focused on the next generation of consoles, which of course is good from a graphical and sort of gameplay advancement point of view, but generally speaking, because the newer generation of consoles have not been as widely adopted, mainly because they're hella pricey and also not that accessible, then it definitely is an interesting play because a lot of developers these days are still sort of straddling the line between last and current gen simply because it just has a wider pool of available players, meaning more people can play your game. So while for those people that actually have adopted the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, they generally speaking want games on those platforms solely so they can then experience the benefits of them, I do appreciate the wider player base just simply wanting to be able to play the game. But anyway, that's besides the point. For Tekken 8 specifically, the developers said they are pushing the feeling of power in battles continuously further by harnessing the power of the latest generation of consoles. So if you are excited for Tekken 8, which again doesn't have a release date right now, you're probably going to want to think about getting a next gen system or just playing on PC. As for the character roster, right now that is too early to say, but of course we do see in the trailer Jin, Kazuma, and of course Kazuya Mishima, so you do of course have those two as your starting roster. But if we then turn our attention to the trailer and of course combine that with some of the stuff that Harada said in the blog post, they said that the trailer was actually taken directly from a certain part in the current work in progress Tekken 8 story mode, and it's being played on PlayStation 5. In other words, the character models, the backgrounds and the effects are the same ones that are actually used in game, so you are actually seeing believable assets. They also said this was captured from the story mode and is not a pre-rendered movie sort of made for the trailer, but rather real-time rendered footage running at 60 frames per second, similar to how you would experience the game in versus battle modes. Of course, some effects, dialogue and things like that are being updated and may change when the game launches, but still, seeing actual genuine assets is really cool. They said that the Tekken series has always been known for the dramatic pre-rendered movies from its story mode, and in addition to this, they also have plenty of other exciting content from Tekken 8 that they very much want to show people, but again, that will come later. They said for their first announcement, they chose to focus on the content that showcases the quality of the game on PlayStation 5. They said in the trailer, you can of course see this new level of quality in the newly created playable character models that completely set themselves apart from the current Tekken 7. These have been remade from the ground up, and they said this can showcase in all the sort of little details you see, even things down to like how the water droplets run down the character's skin. So they definitely do look very, very impressive. And again, to reiterate, they said this footage was not created solely for the trailer, but is actual real-time rendering of what can be happening on the game screen. So that is quite exciting. I mean, just the setting, the mood here, all of the sort of effects going in the background, this looks very, very impressive. Admittedly, things may look a little bit different once you layer the HUD on top, but regardless, seeing these characters move around in this sort of very dynamic setting is honestly very impressive. They also said if you pay attention to the background during the battle, you can actually see dynamic waves and tornadoes, a huge tanker gradually breaking apart, and the storm rendering is so realistic that you can feel the wind pressure and the density of the rain. Admittedly, that much we'll have to wait and see until we play that. I guess the feeling will again sort of come through the DualSense. They tend to do that. They love to, when they sort of focus on the PlayStation, they do like to amp up the the feelings you get on the DualSense. And of course, for a lot of the pro players out there, you're probably going to bin that and then just whack in an arcade stick. But besides the point, those feelings should hopefully translate into gameplay. they said that all these battle stage effects can be used in the title. They are of course working hard to enhance the quality even further, and in the latest version of the work in progress build, they said the quality is dynamically improving each day, with the giant tanker moving closer to the shore in the background and large flames flaring up near where the character is standing. So naturally, they said they hope you look forward to seeing that in game. They also said that the Tekken series holds the record for being the longest running story in a video game. Just as the ending dialogue of Tekken 7 mentioned, they said this new entry will focus on the father and son showdown between Kazuya and Jin. As for the meaning of the scene in the trailer and how significant it is to the main story, they look forward to us finding out when the game releases. But for the time being, that is pretty much it. They said of course the game is still in development, so they do have a little while for us to wait. Again, no current release date, but seeing this and at least actually kind of having a reveal where we actually get to see some tangible gameplay, even if it's only short, is definitely a nice change. You know, I kind of half expected when they announced it to just be like a logo, maybe a CG cutscene, but actually showing some of this stuff was really nice. But for the time being, that is pretty much it. The development team are of course hard at work, so as and when they do showcase more, as and when we see more, whether we see more at say the Game Awards, whether we have to wait till next year to see more, will of course remain to be seen, but as and when they do share more, we will cover it on the channel. But for the time being, that's pretty much it. If you guys have missed some of the recent videos, be sure to check out one of these ones, and keep it locked for plenty more.